Hi everyone, Tams here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Tams and I create content that encourages a well-lived creative life. Here we are at the end of May, getting ready to kick off the summer. May has been a packed month here at Courtland Cottage and I wanted to share what's been going on. I'm going to go over a few updates around a few topics like I've done in previous videos. I'm going to be talking about what's happening in my world of letter writing, journaling, gardening, and Courtland Cottage as a whole. Let's start with letter writing. So this month, once again, my friend Abhishek and I met on a Sunday, a dedicated few hours on a Sunday afternoon, and we wrote letters. So we had our letter lounge event once again this month, and I was able to knock out about 8 letters in that time. So it was time well spent. In addition to that, I have been asked to lead the charge for the Tampa Bay letter writers and come up with a summer letter writing challenge. So I've been working on that, and just this morning I sent an email out to all the members explaining to them what our challenge will be, and everyone's going to be working toward a pen pal patch for the summer. So that was a lot of fun, and I'll be sharing more about what we're doing for that on Instagram once June 1st turns around. Journaling, a couple of things are happening in my world of journaling. So as always, I like to give you prompts about journals that you can pop in and out of from time to time, and things that kind of serve as little mini memory scrapbooks for you. And last month I shared my coffee journal, and this month, because we're kicking off summer makes me think of visiting family. My family, a lot of my family likes to hike and go on trails, and they live in the mountains of North Carolina. So I actually have a trails journal that I've put together, and I'm going to do a separate video on this, so be on the lookout. But this is just a way, I don't use it all the time, it's just a way of capturing fun hikes and things that I do with my family and capturing some memories. Also, in my world of journaling, many of you may remember years and years ago, I used to teach a journaling class at the Paper Seahorse in Tampa, Florida. I taught it using the Traveler's Notebook Insert 019, and we used that as our template. Well, I was asked to revisit that class after all these years. So I will be teaching a new class in June. And as of today, today is May 29th, and as of today, there are a few more slots left. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, I will link below and it will take you to all the details and the costs. It is an in-person class, but I spent the month of May getting ready for that, and that was a lot of fun. I had not done that in a long time, and I didn't realize how much I missed it. Okay, let's talk about gardening. Oh, the month of May in Central Florida is tricky because the heat is rising. It has been really hot in May. And in May, we're not quite in the rainy season. We get a little bit of rain and you get a little bit of teasing of the rainy season, but it's not enough, so you still have to water. So being out in the garden is starting to become more of a chore instead of a pleasure because it's very hot. And you do have to continue to water until the rainy season starts to establish itself. But what I did do is I did one last big project in the garden, and I planted a little butterfly garden in one corner of the back of the house. And that was probably the last of the big projects that I will do. I'm not sure if I had done this since the last time we chatted. I have extended some paths around our swing area in the back. So we did some pea gravel path extensions as well. Going into June, the only thing really that I'm doing in June, other than just maintaining the garden along with the landscapers that help me every other week, is I will replenish my herb garden. I have a raised bed herb garden, and I'll replenish that because I usually have to do that twice a year. And I love fresh herbs. It's probably one of the best investments in the garden that I have. You just can't beat fresh herbs when you're cooking. I've mentioned before that I capture all my gardening updates on my Instagram channel. It's in my stories usually every Saturday morning, and I save them in a highlight. So if you'd like to look at those, feel free to hop over to Instagram. There'll be a link below, and check out my highlights for the garden. In the meantime, I'll insert a little clip here of just what things are looking like today. All right, I'm going to give you a quick update of the garden, but it's so loud out here with people working in yards. You may hear it, and the air conditioner's running, so I'll probably overlay a few things with some music. Okay, what's happening at Courtland Cottage as a whole? Well, a lot has been happening. If you haven't noticed, my background, it's the same stuff, but it is organized a little differently because I'm in a different room of the house. So my house is split up where the master suite is on one side, the common rooms are in the middle, and then there's a guest section on the other side. And in the guest wing, there are 3 guest rooms and 1 full bathroom. And my studio took up the largest guest room, and it was the first thing you saw when you walked down the hallway. It was what you saw when you came out of the bathroom. It took up a lot of space, and I enjoyed it for a time. However, for various reasons I may share at a later date, I really wanted to make one of the guest bedrooms more like a suite with a sitting area and a TV and a little more cozier situations. The other guest room is remaining the same as is, but basically what I had to do was swap my studio with one of the existing guest rooms. So we have spent most of the month of May doing that project. I've still got to put things up and clean up what's left here of this new studio, so that is something I'll be working on in June. But along with creating that new guest room, we've also been tackling a lot of spring cleaning. So spent a whole week completely cleaning out I have a carport shed. It's quite large. It houses my gardening, potting area, tools and work area, and all of the holiday seasonal decor. So let me pop in some before and after of the guest room that was created, what the studio looks like right now, and what I need to do still. And I'm going to show you what the shed looks like. It's very organized right now. I'm very happy about it. All right, here is a peek of the bedroom before. You see, I got a table of mess, and I've started to cut and trim the new paint color. I had originally painted this accent wall to look like a faux concrete, and I believe I'm gonna keep it. I am painting the walls a gray beige, and I think they're gonna look good together and nice and cool for a bedroom. All right, here is the finished bedroom for now. We still have to add a mirror over here, like a floor-length mirror, or full-length mirror. And we've got a little seating area over here, TV here. So it's a lot more space for spreading out, getting cozy, and kind of shutting yourself away, and a little more privacy back here. All right, here's the hallway that is the guest side of the house. So this room here is the new guest room. It used to be my studio. We have a full guest bath that has been touched up a little bit. So there we go. And then we have a second guest bedroom that is not ready to be shown yet. And here is where my studio is now. Oh my goodness, we've basically just crammed everything in here, but I did set up my supplies wall, and I still need to go through all this summer and get this organized. So I do still have my computer area, and yeah, in addition, I'm going to try to swing you around without getting you too drunk. I do have, for my Harry Potter friends, I do have this wall set up as the owl post section. So let me open up the door here, or close the door, so you can see we do have our love of all things owl post and Harry Potter on this wall. I still need to hang my pins, but that's what that is looking like. And that closet over there is my party closet, full of entertaining wear, gift wrapping, gift bags, ribbons, all the things. And it's not really it's not really video worthy right now. So there you go. Okay, here is my newly organized carport shed. This thing was full. Every inch of the floor was covered with things, and we took them out. These are some of the old bins. These are going to get thrown out or given away, and everything was condensed down, edited down into what fits in these bins here on this wall. The big one is the Christmas tree. But yeah, we got it down to this. I'm quite pleased. Here's my potting bench area. And then over here, we created some organization racks. I bought those at Aldi's, and Bill hung up some of the yard tools. One last Courtland Cottage update. Courtland Cottage was captured in watercolor. You may notice it on the thumbnail for this video, but I did want to give a shout out to my friend and artist, Linda Fishborn. She's Lady Fish Pirate on Instagram. She is an amazing watercolorist and teaches a lot of classes over at the Paper Seahorse in Tampa. So I encourage you to follow her on Instagram. I will link her below. And on a personal note, May was very special to me because I celebrated the anniversary of a year-long life transformation that I kicked off last year around this time when I was visiting family in North Carolina. I'm going to pop up a picture of what I looked like back then versus what I look like now, a before and after. And basically, I decided back then that I needed to make some really big changes, some hard decisions to get my life back on track in terms of physical, mental, and spiritual. And if you are interested in what I did, I can make a video about that. Journals are involved. But I thought I would leave that up to you, the audience, since you normally come here for creative type content. But if you are interested in that, I can do a separate video. Other than all that, I've basically been getting ready for summer. I don't know about you, but I love still, even as a grown adult woman, I love to make a little summer bucket list of some simple things that I love to do during the summer months. I encourage you to do the same thing. Some of my items include like putting a puzzle together, stocking the freezer with banana popsicles because I love banana popsicles and they're very hard to find, and just a long list of things that we can do June, July, and part of August. And they're very simple. They're Florida based, but they're a lot of fun and they just remind me of summer. So what I can do as the summer goes on is share a couple of vlogs with you on how I'm accomplishing those little summer bucket list goals, if you like, if you're interested in that, because I think it's fun. I think it's something we should all do our entire lives just to create some delight. So I've been getting ready for summer. I'm very excited about summer. I live near a school. School is out as of today. The kids just got out, and so it is officially summer to me today. And we actually kicked off the summer. One of the things I love to do is eat lobster rolls. This is not something I grew up doing, but since I've moved to Florida, I've been exposed to lobster rolls, and I love bookending the summer with the lobster rolls. So I've already kicked off with my first lobster roll, and then I hope to go to a special place that we love over in Clearwater in September and bookend the end of summer with another lobster roll. But that's all I really have to share right now. So in conclusion, I think I mentioned I'm going to be doing another video going through what's in my trails hiking and trails and parks journal. So be on the lookout for that, and you may want to turn on your notification because even if you're subscribed, apparently you may not see this in your feed because it's been so long since I've done YouTube videos. I will do a little more elaboration on my year-long transformation if you are interested in that. I plan to do some vlogging about some summer bucket list items that are happening here at Courtland Cottage. And I will be doing some more crafty type videos in the summer months to be sharing with you. I hope you enjoyed this update. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions, or if you heard me say anything where you'd like to have a little more elaboration on, or you have a video request. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.